Sunday night's Academy Awards celebrated some of the year's best films in style. A-listers went to the red carpet, while performers such as Elton John and Best Actress nominee Cynthia Erivo impressed with their vocal performances. Unpeeled's film reporter Andrew Goldberg is here now to break down the rest of the night's highlights, including the historic Best Picture win. Andrew?
Thanks, Carrie. After weeks of speculation, the biggest night in film finally arrived last Sunday with the presentation of the 92nd Annual Academy Awards. The event featured stunning musical performances, dazzling outfits, and of course, plenty of star power. Hollywood veterans Brad Pitt and Laura Dern helped kick off the night with their first ever acting wins, with both actors delivering beautiful speeches thanking their families. Pitt in particular showed his emotions on the stage, saying, quote, once upon a time in Hollywood, ain't that the truth? Other highlights included a surprise performance from Eminem rapping his Oscar-winning hit Lose Yourself, along with the touching in memoriam delivered by Billie Eilish. The Grammy-winning star performed the Beatles classic Yesterday as the crowd paid tribute to a number of Hollywood's greatest stars, along with a special quote dedicated to the recently fallen Kobe Bryant. From there, the night belonged to one man and his masterpiece, writer-director Bong Joon-ho and his international smash hit Parasite. Bong collected 4 total Oscars for the night, including the trifecta of Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. With these wins, Bong became the first person to achieve the unofficial Triple Crown since Alejandro Iñárritu for 2015's Birdman. Parasite's win is also significant for the world of international cinema. The South Korean-produced filmmaker marked the first ever English-language spoken-word film to win Best Picture, representing a massive victory not only for Bong, but for international filmmakers everywhere.
So Andrew, now thank you for joining us here on the desk. You were just talking about Parasite that had the trifecta, 4 awards for Bong Joon-ho. But was there anyone who could have expected such dominance from this film?
Well, most people had Parasite as a virtual lock for the Best International Film category, but really most prognosticators did not see this kind of dominance coming. For most of awards season, especially through the Golden Globes, 1917 was seen as the favorite, both for Best Picture and for Best Director for Sam Mendes. But as time went on, Parasite just kept winning and winning, and by the end of the night, it racked up 4 Oscars, so clearly it had the Academy's attention.
And it seemed to have everyone's attention too. Everyone was talking about it. But which other films did well on Sunday, and which ones fell a bit shorter of everyone's expectations?
So the night wasn't a complete loss for 1917. It still came away with 3 Oscars, which was second most among all films, so not a total loss for them. And as far as most of the other highly nominated awards, it was pretty evenly distributed. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Ford vs. Ferrari, and Joker all came away with 2 wins apiece, so pretty solid night for all of those films. However, there was one big loser of the night, and that was Netflix. Marriage Story, The Irishman, and The Two Popes, all Netflix originals, racked up 18 total nominations and only came away with 1 win for Laura Dern, so maybe the Academy is still a bit biased towards theatrical releases.
Wow, it's pretty wild to think about it now, especially since we're entering a real world of streaming. But let's talk about the broadcast a little. We're on a TV show. We know how broadcasts work. Did everything go according to plan in terms of the production of the Oscars?
So all in all, it was a pretty smooth broadcast. I mean, sure, there was the occasional profanity from Ray Romano and a pretty interesting speech from Joaquin Phoenix about cow's milk and things of that nature. But overall, I would say ABC had to be pretty pleased with the way the broadcast went. Honestly, the biggest surprise, especially for viewers, had to be Eminem's performance, coming out from underneath the stage to perform Lose Yourself. Most of the crowd was getting pretty into it. The music performance definitely helped break up the night, and almost everyone seemed pretty happy, except for maybe Martin Scorsese.
I believe that's the truth. Also, did you see Idina Menzel's face? She was very shocked at the whole situation going on.
I don't know if Billie Eilish knew who Eminem was.
Eilish?
Yeah, Billie Eilish looked like she wasn't maybe as familiar with his work.
Yeah, that was a little bit before her time. But some of my favorite parts of any of these award shows, besides the fashion and the awards, are the speeches.
Right.
Were there any speeches that really stood out to you?
There are actually a few really nice speeches this year. Brad Pitt and Laura Dern, as I said, both gave really heartfelt, emotional speeches where they specifically thanked their families. Laura Dern in particular said, you know, it's not often you meet your heroes, but when they're parents, especially in acting, it was really special. Both her parents, of course, Academy actors that have had really, really successful works. And my favorite speech of the night was for Bong Joon-ho, who collected, again, 4 Oscars for his performance, and he thanked Martin Scorsese specifically in his speech, giving credit to him and Tarantino for always pumping up their works and really just giving him all the credit that he deserved.
Yeah, it was a crazy night. I'm glad that he finally got the spotlight he deserved, and thank you for giving us the spotlight we deserved on the Oscars, honestly.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.